This is currently the team that I've loaded into with Carlisle, and you know, the 5 at the back formation, not really kind of my thing, so I think I'm gonna change that. So the formation that I'm going for is the 3-1-4-2 with 2 wingers, you know, 2 center mids, 1 CDM, 2 strikers, and 3 center backs. I think this fits perfectly for our team. Looking at this team, yeah, I'm not really surprised that it's not necessarily a really bad team, but it's not really that good either. But you really can't get attached to any of these players because by the end of this video, these are all just gonna be filled with Asian talents. So looking at this team, let's see what we can do in the transfer window for the first season. Now looking at the budget for this season, we're looking at a budget of 1 million. Okay, so 1 million is not gonna cut it, so I think we're gonna have to sell some players. We've now sold a bunch of players like Neil, Gibson, this guy named Guy, Charters. There's more coming because we've put a lot of players onto the transfer list, but right now we're looking at a budget of 4 million, so that is a huge amount of money for a League 2 side. Let's see what are the transfers that we can make for the very first season. We are starting from the back, so that's why we are signing a sensational goalkeeper talent from Japan by the name of Zion Suzuki. There he goes, Zion Suzuki into our team. Look at that, 68 rated. He's only 20 years old, 6'3", so a giant of a goalkeeper. Comes from Japan, 3-star weak foot. I think a pretty good stat, and for 1.3 million, that's gonna be the goalkeeper that we can use until the end of this video. So that's the goalkeeper position. Let's move on to the next transfer. The next player that I'm bringing in is a talented winger from Thailand by the name of Supanat Muant. I don't know how it's pronounced, but there he is. Let's see how he fits into this team. I never thought that I'd be able to sign a player from Thailand on FC24 because there aren't a lot. So I'm pretty happy to have him in our team. He's gonna be moved up a little bit forward to that right wing position that suits him best. I know this is a very attacking lineup, but who cares? 66 rated, not the best pace for a winger. Decent dribbling for a 63 rated player. He has 67 dribbling, 3-star skill move, and 3-star weak foot. We'll definitely work on that. Medium, 20 years old, 5'10". So I'm very happy to have him in our team, a player from Southeast Asia. The next player that I'm bringing in is actually a center back talent from my country, Indonesia. I didn't know that he was in FC24, but he's a giant of a center back. That player is Elkan Bagot. He plays in the center back position, comes from Ipswich Town, and there he goes into our center back position. He's gonna play in center for me. Wait, where is he? Where the hell is he? I'm so confused right now. Let me change that. So there he is, 56 pace, not the quickest, but 72 physicality, a really strong player with only 60 defending. That's not really that good. Left-footed, 20 years old, 6'4". Like I said, a giant of a center back. He fits in perfectly for the center of those 3 center back positions. So on to the next transfer. The next player that I'm signing is a player with a really significant name. This is a midfielder that comes from Iraq by the name of Zidane Iqbal. We actually paid only 860,000 while his value is 1.1. I do not know what's happening in this transfer window or in this video, but we've done some exceptional deals. He is 63 rated. Now this is a pretty well balanced midfielder, 68 pace, 62 passing, 70 dribbling, 4-star skill move, right footed, 20 years old with high medium work rates and 5'11". This is certainly a player for the future, and I'm looking forward to how he performs. So guys, I think that transfer wraps up the very first transfer window. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 players, 4 Asian talents that we've brought into this team. Obviously Suzuki, as you know, the position that I deem the most important, the goalkeeper position, is obviously the highest rated one. The reason why we're not making any more transfers is because we do not have any more money left. 212k, that's not gonna be worth anything, but we've spent 5 million this season. I think that's a pretty good sum to kick off this rebuild. I'm looking at the team right now. I think there are a couple of players that I do need to sell because I want Bagot to start every game, so I might need to sell Melish, and Whelan I think needs to be sold because we'll have Graham and Robinson, because we've just sold a couple of players and now we're looking at a budget of 3 million, and I have just the perfect player player in mind to put into this team, and I'm going to show you in a bit. The next player that I'm going for is the second highest rated player that we've ever signed, and also our most expensive at 2 million euros. And that player is Joel Chima Fujita. We signed him for 2 million, and this player is going to be big for us. Let's put him into our team. So there he goes, Fujita into our team, 67 rated. A very, very good all-rounder to play in that CDM position. He can also play in center mid. Right-footed, medium work rates, 21 years old. Not the biggest at 5'9", but he is a talent for the future. I think this is going to be a very, very big player for us. I think we can call that a day. A really, really good first season. Let's see how the first season goes. We've reached the end of the first season. We finished 7th. And to be honest, I'm not feeling sad about this because I don't think that we're a good enough team to be promoted. I kind of want to give the team an extra season in EFL League 1 to grow, and then probably we'll be able to take on the championship. But let's see how the team did in the first season. We have Mueanta, Zidane Iqbal on a 67, Fujita on a 70, Bagot on a 66, and Suzuki, wow, +4 this season at a 72. So that is our team that finished off the first season. I'm already falling in love with the Asian players that we have. I don't know if they're gonna be here until the end because there might be some other talents that we want to bring, but that's the first season. Let's move on to the next season. Season 2 with Carlisle and some Asian hidden talents is here, and let's have a look into our budget. We're looking at a 4 million budget, a double increase from last season. That is very much appreciated. So before we actually move on to the transfers, guys, if you haven't, please subscribe to the channel, like the video, and let me know down in the comments what are the things that we can improve and maybe some suggestions for the next video. We'll see about that. So this is the team that we have that is going to start off season 2, and I can already see some positions that we can improve on. Obviously the left wing position or left mid position, maybe some new center backs. Huntington is unhappy with his 17 pace. Any other improvements? Yeah, we really do need some extra support in our bench. Who the hell is this guy? I'm gonna sell this guy. Yeah, I'm gonna sell this guy. I'm gonna move on with some transfers. The first player that I'm signing for season 2 with Carlisle and the Asian talents is a winger from Iran. That player is Alahyar Sayed Manesh for 2.1 million. Let's see how he fits into the team. He's gonna go in instead of Butterworth into the left mid position. He's 69 rated, 86 pace, 78 physical, 71 dribbling. A player that you want to have in your team. 3-star skill move, 3-star weak foot, 23 years old, 5'11", high attacking and defensive work rates. Now the next position that I'm looking for is the center back position, but right now we're looking at a budget of only 2 million, so half of that is already spent. Let's see if we can bring in some center backs. The next signing that we are bringing into this club is a talented player that plays in the center back position for Uzbekistan, and that player is Abdul Qadir Kusanov. We paid 2,750,000 for him, and he's gonna slot into that center back position over Barkley. 71 rated, 20 years old, 6'1", not the tallest, but 71 pace, 72 physical, 69 defending, and plays for Uzbekistan. This player is gonna be massive for our club moving forward, and yeah, that's the second transfer of the season. The last player that I'm bringing in this season is a striker from South Korea by the name of Seo Jin-soo. He's gonna slot into that striker position. Very, very pacey, decent shooting, good dribbling. He can probably be better in the wings. Yeah, 23 years old, 6 foot tall. He's from South Korea, and I think that wraps up the transfer window for the second season. We don't have any more money. If we look at our budget right now, we're working with 266,000, and I haven't tweaked with the contract situation, so that's also gonna cost some money. But that's for the second season. Let's see what this season brings us, and can we actually get promotion to the championship. So this is the team that is going to be finishing season 2. We have Seo Jin-soo in the striker position, the new signing. Mueanta still in the right wing position. Zidane in the center mid position, Fujita in the CDM position, Sayed Manesh on the left midfield position. We have Bagot as our center back and Kusanov, new signing Kusanov, and also Zion Suzuki in the goalkeeping position. Let's see what the second season brings us and if we can actually get promoted to the championship. We are here at the end of season 2, and as you guys can see, Carlisle have made it to the League 1 playoffs, finishing 6th. It was a very close one by the end, but here we are. We are facing Peterborough. We are playing at home in the first leg. Can we actually make it to the championship in our second season? The first match goes underway. It's a 2-0 win with Jinzu scoring both goals. He actually missed the penalty, so he could have gotten a hat trick. So that is the first match, and let's see if we can actually win in the second leg, or at least, you know what, like, don't lose by 2 goals. Like, a 1-0 loss acceptable. Our team is looking pretty knackered, but let's see what it brings us. It is a 1-1 draw with Alahyar Sayed Manesh scoring the equalizer, and that means we are in the final of the championship playoffs. Now in the final, we are facing Rotterdam. Yeah, this is a big one. This will determine how this season actually goes. Let's see if we can get to the championship, and we do. Jinzu scoring another goal alongside Armstrong to push us over the line in the championship playoffs final. Now looking at the stats, let's have a look at the stats for this season. We're looking at Seo Jinsu, the new signing, now on a 71 rating with 23 goals. Sayed Manesh, also a new signing on a 74. Armstrong is again always over there. Muyanta with a pretty disappointing season, but he grew by +3, 7 goals and 1 assist, and then Iqbal with 3 goals and 9 assists. So that wraps up season 2. We are here in season 3 with Carlisle and obviously the Asian talents. For this season, we're looking at a budget of 7 million, another improvement, a huge improvement. Obviously, we are in the championship, so we're bound to get more money. But looking into the squad right now, I think we're gonna be looking for a new striker, a new center mid, and a new center back for this season if we can make the budget work. So let's jump into some transfers. For the center back position, I am going for a player that might not be as popular. I think he comes from the Saudi Arabia League. His name is Kowame Autone, a center back, a left-footed center back that would fit very well into our team. There he goes. 75 pace, 72 defending, 81 physicality. He comes from the Uni Arab Emirates, the UAE. This player actually costs quite a good amount of money, and right now we're only left with, I think, 2 million, if I'm not mistaken, and we do have 2 positions that we need to start working on. Yeah, we are only left with 2 million, so I think the next transfer, I'm going to look at the free agents list. Guys, after looking at the free agents list, I did not find a single Asian striker that was worth buying, but we did find a central midfielder from Saudi Arabia, and that player is Hussein Al-Qahtani. So we signed him for 0 money, and he's going to be put into that center midfield position. He's 68 rated. Now this isn't necessarily a talent because he is 30 years old, but I think for this season he can be a really good player for us to have in that center mid position. And now almost all of our team is composed of Asian players. We just need that striker position, and I only have, I think, around 1 million left to spend. No, we actually have 2 million. So let's see what player we can bring for that money. Final transfer for season 3, I'm going for a striker from South Korea by the name of Seok Ju-hong, and let's see how he fits into the team. Armstrong, you've been great, but you're gonna drop into the bench, and Seok Ju-hong, right, he's gonna slot into that left striker role. Both strikers from South Korea, both right-footed. I think they're going to form an amazing partnership up top. Still only 22 years old, 6'2", so a pretty decent striker. Not the best finishing, but we can improve on that. Alright guys, I guess that wraps up the 3rd season transfer window. We're looking at a full team of Asian talents with new additions like Hong in the striker position, like Al Qahtani in the center mid position, and Autone on the left center back position. Let's see how our team can do in the championship for this season and if we can actually get instant promotion. Guys, one of our midfielders just left us, so that means we need a new signing, and I went to the free agent list and got ourselves a new CDM to be placed on the bench. That player is Salam Al Hajri. He comes from Qatar, 64 rated, I think a very good bench player. We do not have a backup for the wings. At least we have a backup for the wingers, and this is the team that is going into season 3. Guys, we are at the end of season 3. We are finishing in the 10th position. I mean, it's not half bad. This is our very first season championship, but I definitely expected more. Carlisle on the 10th position with 74 points. Just not a very good season, but let's see how our squad looks like. So this is the squad that has gotten the 10th position. Seojin Soo on a 73. The new signing, not really that good, in a 68. Mueanta only grew by a little, I think only +1 this season. Zidane on a 74. Fujiata on a 76. Bagot on a 72, Autone on a 76, and Kusanov on a 76, while Suzuki is on an 80 rating. By the way, midway through the season, there's this player called Lavelle that just keeps taking playtime away from Kusanov, so I decided to release the player so that Kusanov can actually thrive in the team. And also Syed Manesh on a 77. Look at the squad hub here. We can see the stats. Seojin Soo with 25 goals and 7 assists, only a +2. Syed Manesh on 17 goals and 5 assists. Armstrong on 11 goals. Zidane on 6 goals and 15 assists, while Mueanta only with 4 goals and 1 assist. So guys, the results of the 3rd season, I think a pretty decent season to have 10th in the league, and let's see what season 4 has in store for us. Season 4 is here, and this is how the team looks for season 4. Now looking at this team right now, I do see 2 positions that we need immediate improvement. So Al Qahtani is the first position that I'm looking for that center mid position, and then the second position would be Hong in that striker position. Let's see what we can actually do this season, because we also have 0 squad depth. We need to work on those things. Guys, so we started the season with a 5 million, well technically a 6 million budget, but then I had to do some contract negotiations, so we're left with 5 million. So the first signing that I'm making is a free agent from India that is going to play in our team as kind of like the backup. His name is Vanlapeka Guite. I don't know if I pronounced that right. His name is Guite from now on. So Guite is 60 rated. He's only 19 years old in our 4th season, so that means he started off at like a 16 maybe. So I think this is a player that can do really well for us, especially coming off the bench. Now the strategy that I want to implement here is I do have McCalman, who is not from Asia, is a player that I can use in a swap deal potentially to, you know, lower the price. So that's exactly what I'm gonna do for the next transfer. The center mid position, I feel like it's a crucial position because we do have Al Qahtani playing there, which is 31 years old. So that is exactly why I'm bringing in a more younger player that is also very talented, comes from Saudi Arabia for that center mid position by the name of Musab Al Juair. We paid 1.6 million plus one of our existing center mids. There he goes inside our team. We can replace Yang there. So Yang, you are going out for Musab Al Juair, 72 rated, very well balanced, not exactly the fastest but very physical player, not the best defending but very good dribbling and passing, 3-star, 4-star, 23 years of age, 5'10", and he comes from Saudi Arabia. Let's move on to the 3rd transfer. The next player that I'm bringing in is going to require a bit of formation tweak, and that player is a center attacking midfielder by the name of Youssef Amin. So this is the formation that I've tweaked it into. So basically it's just dropping down from a 2-striker position to a 1-striker position and converting the other one to a center attacking mid. Now that position is going to be filled by Youssef Amin. So there you have it in our team, 72 rated, while Hong, drops down to the bench. This is how our team is going to look like for the 4th season. I am pretty confident of this team. I think this team can go really far in the championship, and possibly, if we have a good enough growth, I think that this team can actually win the championship this season, or at least get direct promotion. Alright guys, one last thing. So I did have a deeper dive into the free agents list because I wanted to bring some Asian players into our bench and reserves, and this is the results. So we got Xi'an, that can be, you know, backup for the wings. We have Al Shamlan, he's from Saudi Arabia, that can play in that center attacking mid. Xi'an is from China, I think. So, and then Kuwait, obviously from India, and then we have Al Mufari, also from Saudi Arabia. We've signed Han Seong-gyu from South Korea, or the Republic of Korea. Looking at this team, I think this is a team that has depth, that has quality, and should be able to cope with championship level football. So that is it for this season, and let's see how will we fare by the end of season 4. We're here at the end of season 4, our 2nd season in the championship. This season we finished first, so we have won the championship by 1 point. So that means next season we're gonna play in the Premier League. Now in the FA Cup we only made it to the round 4, having lost to Burnley. While in the Carabao Cup, we lost in the round 3 against Aston Villa, which is fair. So I think that wraps up this season. We have secured promotion and actually our very first trophy of this takeover, of this rebuild. Now let's see what the stats looks like for the 4th season. So we're looking at Seo Jin-soo with 29 goals and 9 assists, Syed Manesh with 24 goals and 11 assists, while Moeanta with 11 goals and 3 assists. I think this is actually one of his best seasons. He did grow only by +2, so let's see next season, but there's a big chance that we need to not necessarily sell Moeanta, but probably drop him down to the bench. Season 5 is here, and Carlisle are finally in the Premier League. Now, looking at this squad, there are 2 positions that I desperately want to improve. Maybe 3, but mainly 2. Those 2 positions are Moeanta on the right wing position. He is going to grow, but I think for the Premier League, having a 73, 74 rated winger is just not gonna cut it. So that's the first position I want to fix, and then second position I'm looking at is our captain position. Yes, I know I have, you know, mixed feelings about this because he is a player from my country, from Indonesia. He's also the captain, Elkan Bagot, but sometimes you just gotta make way for other players. So that's also the second position that I want to try and improve this season. So now, let's get into some transfers. The first player that I'm bringing in for that right wing position is a player from Israel by the name of Lil Abada. And let's see how he fits into this team. Moeanta, you've been a great servant to this team. And then we're gonna have Lil Abada on an 81 rated, the second highest rated player in our team, and he's gonna help us this season as this is our very first season in the Premier League. We're now left with a budget of only 2 million. So yeah, I guess Elkan Bagot survives this season. So I guess this is a team that is gonna play in the Premier League. I mean, it's not a bad team. I reckon this is a team that can finish probably like 12th, 13th, mainly because of, you know, that defensive line and some players still being low rated, but I feel like this team can actually survive the Premier League. Let's see what season 5 holds for us. Our 5th season, which is also our very first season in the Premier League, has just ended. We're looking at a win over Liverpool, a draw against Spurs, losing against Newcastle, and a draw against United. Now looking at these final 4 results, I'm predicting that we're probably finishing in like the 12th position or 13th position. Let's see if I got the prediction right. We finished 8th. Wow. Finishing 8th in our very first season, in my opinion, is a very, very good achievement. Manchester City obviously winning the Premier League. How did we do in the FA Cup? A final of Brighton against Manchester City. Okay, so we lost to Brighton in the 3rd round of the FA Cup. The Carabao Cup, we made it past round 2, and we lost to Crystal Palace in round 3. Anyways, we're 8th in the Premier League. That's good enough for me. Let's see the team that actually finished 8th. We're looking at 14 goals and 1 assist from Lil Abada, with Seo Jin-soo with 13 goals and 1 assist, and Syed Manesh with 12 goals and 12 assists. Al Juayer actually grew by +2, like I said. 5 goals, 2 assists, not bad. Moeanta off the bench, 5 goals, 1 assist, that's alright. And then Zidane Iqbal with 9 assists, but he did not grow. So guys, that's it for season 5. We are edging closer to finally winning the Premier League with the worst team in EFL League 1, Carlisle. Carlisle. After that, we're aiming to win the Champions League. Season 6 is here in our quest to win the Champions League with Carlisle. Anyway, so this is the team that is going to tackle Season 6. There are some improvements that I do want to make this team. The position that I'm looking for the most is definitely that center back position. I do have someone in mind. Also, possibly the right center mid position. But aside from that, I'm actually pretty happy with the rest of the team. Aside maybe from Amin and Iqbal, but I'll give them a chance for this season. So let's see the transfers that we can make for this season. By the way, we only have 29 million in the budget. So the first player that I'm signing this season for that center back position, we signed him from FC Midtjylland for around 17 million. And that player is Lee Han Byom. So guys, that means Elkan Bagot, as much as I love you, mate, you're gonna drop down into the bench, and there goes Lee Han Byom, 79 rated. You know, kind of the perfect rating to fit into our team, not too high rated, not too low rated. This is the defender that we need in a 3 at the back formation. The first player that I am signing as part of our bench is a South Korean central defensive midfielder by the name of Kim Jun-ho. And there he goes into our team. He is 71 rated, decent enough to kind of help us, you know, give some squad depth. I'm gonna still do some more transfers. The next player that I'm bringing in is a backup goalkeeper from Saudi Arabia by the name of Nawaf Al-Akidi. He will go into our bench. 73 rated, 28 years old, 6'2". Never a bad option to have on the bench. The next player, and probably the last player that I'm bringing in this season, is a CDM that hopefully I can turn into a center mid from Japan by the name of Rito Yamamoto. He's gonna jump into that team. Let's see if he can actually play. Anyways, I'm still gonna switch him to a center mid. So I guess that wraps up this season in terms of transfers. I'm pretty content with the team that we have right now. Obviously, Al Juwair is not ideal, but for the money that we have right now, we can't really sign anyone better. So this is the team heading into Season 6 and our second season in the Premier League. We are at the end of Season 6, or second season in the Premier League, and I'm seeing 2 losses and 2 draws. Not a good sign. So where did we actually finish in the league? Wow, we dropped down to 13th. That's painful. So we were 8th and then we dropped down to 13. So in the FA Cup, we made it to until the round 4, which we lose to Liverpool, which is acceptable. And in the Carabao Cup, so we lost in round 3 to Manchester United, which is also, you know, acceptable. But finishing 13th in the league, that's not really something I'm fond of seeing. But anyways, let's see the team, how it's grown. So Seojin Su on an 81, only a +1. That's not good. Said Manesh an 84. Abada on an 84. Amin not growing, I think. He's still 78. Zidane on an 80. Al Juwair on a 77. Fujita on a 79. Lee Han Byom on an 80. Autone on an 81. And Kusanov on an 81. While Suzuki stays on an 84. Now, overall, I don't think that this was a good season by any means necessary. But yeah, it is what it is. And we move on to season number 7. Season 7 is here, our 3rd season in the Premier League. And this is how our team looks like. Now, I've seen the development of some players. I will give Amin another chance this season. Iqbal and Fujita can stay in the team due to development plans. Everyone else is basically safe apart from Al Juwair. I think this is the season we desperately need someone better in that center mid position to, you know, help us lift our position in the Premier League. The first signing that I'm bringing in could be a controversial one. Not in terms of the player, but in terms of the strategy that I'm using with this transfer. I am buying a talent that in the save plays for Bayern Munich. I don't know if he plays for Bayern Munich in real life, but that is Taichi Fukui in a straight swap with Musab Al Juwair. Now, he is lower rated than Musab Al Juwair, but he is only 24 years old. And that is the reason why I'm bringing him into this team. The senior player that I'm going for the center mid position is also from Japan, that plays for Celtic by the name of Reo Hatate. And this is basically my plan with those players. So Reo Hatate can jump into the starting 11, 80 rated. So guys, aside from that, I really don't see any other transfers that we can make. I kind of want to give this guy Guite some time to grow behind Amin. And this could be Amin Gamin's last season to actually perform and grow. But aside from that, those are the transfers for the 7th season. Let's see how we do this season. We are at the end of season 7 and May hasn't been a really good month. A 5-1 defeat to Aston Villa, losing to Newcastle, losing to Manchester City, and losing to Wolves. Guys, to be honest, I have very low expectations for this team right now. Let's see where we finish. We actually finished 7th, which is a massive improvement from our 2nd season in the Premier League. I'll take that, to be honest. I will take that. And how did we do in the FA Cup? So in the FA Cup, we lost in round 3. We lost to Portsmouth. We're a Premier League team and we're losing to Portsmouth. In the Carabao Cup, we did win to West Ham in round 2. We got knocked out by Everton in round 3. So yeah, no cup competitions, really doing good this season. In the league, finishing 7th is okay, but let's have a look at our team. Seojin Soo on an 84, Amin going up by 2 on an 80 rating right now. Syed Manesh on an 86, Abada on an 85, Hatate still in that 80 rating, Iqbal on an 82, Fujita on an 81, Autone on an 82, Lee Han Byom on an 83, Kuzanov on an 83, and Suzuki on an 85, while Fukui grew by +2. Yeah, that's how the team did. We still have Moyanta in our team. And let's head over to season 8. We are here in season 8, our 4th season in the Premier League, and is this the season that we actually get to maybe not win the Premier League, but get into the top 4. Now we are looking at this squad, and I am looking at the center attacking midfield role. It's taking like 60 to 70 weeks to grow. I am going to drop him down into the bench, but I do want to bring someone for the center attacking mid role. The player that I'm bringing in for the center attacking midfield role is not exactly a center attacking midfielder, but I am bringing someone from Japan by the name of Keito Nakamura. Now this player is originally a left winger, but if my theory, or if SoFIFA's theory is correct, he can actually play in the cam. Yes, he can. Alright, so Nakamura goes into that cam position and Amin drops down to the bench. Alright, so this is Nakamura now ready to change his position from a 82 rated left winger to an 82 rated cam. Okay, but it only takes him like 3 weeks to improve. But yeah, guys, that's it for season 8. Let's see how we actually do. We're at the end of the 8th season, and let's see where our team finishes. We finished in the 2nd position. Carlisle almost, well, not necessarily almost, there was like a 7-point gap, but still 2nd position, good enough for me. In the FA Cup, we did not make the final. Had a draw against Sheffield, we won against Sheffield, then on to the 4th round, we won against Leicester, we won against Brighton, and in the quarterfinals, we won against Manchester United. We made it all the way to the semi-finals of the FA Cup, that's good to see. While in the Carabao Cup, we actually won the Carabao Cup. Well, that's amazing. We're in the Conference League. We topped our group. We made it past the round of 16. We lost in the quarterfinals against Villarreal. Our team finishing 2nd in the Premier League is definitely a huge achievement, but let's have a look at the team that actually made it. Seojin Soo on an 87, Syed Manesh on an 88, Abara on an 86, Nakamura on an 83, I think he's 30 years old right now, Fujita on an 84, Zidane on an 84, Fukui on an 81, Kusanov on an 84, Lee Han Byom on an 85, and Autone on an 84 with Suzuki on an 86. Now looking at our bench, Bagot continues to develop, Kim Jun-ho and Hatate continuing to grow. I mean, well, it's expected. 80 rated. We still have Moyanta, which I'm very happy that we still have in the team. We also have Hong this season. So yeah, overall a very good season. Let's see what season 9 holds for us. So guys, we are at the start of season 9. Wow, 9 seasons in, and we're looking at a transfer budget of 100 million since we are in the Champions League. Looking at our team right now, not really much improvement that I would like to make. Possibly maybe Nakamura situation being 30 years old. But other than that, I really don't see a position that I want to improve on immediately. Maybe a backup striker. I really like Moyanta. I don't want to sell Moyanta because he's been in this team from the start. But looking at this team, this is definitely a team that would have a shout in the Champions League. So for season 9, let's move on to the transfer transfers. The first signing that I'm making this season is a center attacking midfielder from Israel by the name of Oscar Gluk. We signed him for 35 million plus Keito Nakamura. So yeah, Nakamura only had one season in our team, and let's see how he fits there in our team. He goes in there, so Amin is still in our bench, and there he goes. Oscar Gluk, 86 rated, 27 years old, 5'7" from Israel. The second player that I'm bringing in is a backup striker from South Korea by the name of Jeong Sang Bin. We signed him for 10 million, and he's going to drop straight into our bench to become the backup striker to Seo Jin Soo. So Hong, you're still in our squad, but you gotta drop down to the reserves. So guys, I think this is going to be the team that is going ahead into this season that will play in the Premier League and the Champions League. So right now, I'm very optimistic for this season. Let's see how season 9 goes. Alright guys, so we just beat Frankfurt in the round of 16 of the Champions League. Right now, our next opponent is Rangers. So we play Rangers. We won 3-1 in the first leg. We won 6-3 in aggregate. And our next opponent is Bayer Leverkusen. A 1-1 draw in the... Oh, they knocked us out. Yeah, so it wasn't meant to be, but we are looking at an FA Cup final against Aston Villa. Before we actually jump into that match, let's see where we actually end up in the Premier League. So we're in the final of the FA Cup. What about the Carabao Cup? We made it only to round 3, getting knocked out by Chelsea. And in the Premier League, we are winners of the Premier League. We have taken Carlisle to the top of English football. 86 points ahead of Manchester City. And right now, we're also looking at the final of the FA Cup. Alright guys, so we're jumping over to the FA Cup final. Can we win another trophy this season? Team is fit. Let's see how we fared this season. We won the FA Cup 3-2. A hat-trick from Syed Manesh wins us the FA Cup. Alright, so that is it for the 9th season of this rebuild. So we are actually getting a 10th season, and hopefully we can actually win the Champions League next season. We are here on the 10th season, hopefully the last, if we can actually win the Champions League. But this is how our team looks for season 10. Guys, I honestly don't have any other transfer ideas of who I want to bring into this team, because realistically, I think this team can go on and win the Champions League. Guys, we are at the end of the 10th season. I'm seeing that we actually beat Bayer Leverkusen. I think that should be the UCL semi-final, which means we are the Champions League finalists. Now, we did lose 2-1 to Chelsea, 3-2 to Arsenal, drew to Watford, so I don't think we're actually gonna win the Premier League. But let's see in terms of the standings. So there we are in the final against RB Salzburg. So this season, we finished 3rd in the Premier League behind Manchester United and Manchester City. We actually won the FA Community Shield against Manchester City. We got knocked out in round 4 of the FA Cup, and in the Carabao Cup, we got knocked out in the semi-finals. So all in all, I think it's an incredible season because we are in the Champions League final, which I'm going to play in a bit. Now, I know you guys have never seen me play, but the reality is I'm a terrible FIFA player, both online and offline. So, but anyways, looking at this team, wow, Seo Jin Soo maintaining that 90 rating, Syed Manesh on a 93, Gluk on an 89, Abad on a 91, Fukui on an 86, Zidane on an 88, Fujita on an 88, Lee Han Byum on an 88, Autone on an 87, Kuzanov on an 89, and Suzuki on an 88. Alright guys, this is the team heading into the Champions League final. There it is, 6 minutes, legendary difficulty. Let's see how this goes. Here it goes, the Champions League final. Can we actually take Carlisle to a Champions League trophy? From the worst team in EFL League 1 to a Champions League trophy. Here goes the match. Alright, okay, calm down buddy, calm down. Fukui gives the ball there. Alright, it's time for the Abada show, guys. Oh, look at that. Just look at that dribbling. Oh, alright, counter attack. Nice pass, Syed Manesh, go forward, Syed Manesh, come on, you have 90 something sprint speed, let's go. Oh, okay, one touch too far there. Alright, Abada. Whoa, that's a foul. Referee, that is a red card. That is a tackle from behind. How is that not a red card? Oh, that is clean from Zidane. That is clean. That's why he... Whoa. Calm. There he goes. Oh! Oh, nice. All right. Crossing it, baby. Cross it in. Here it goes for the header. Oh, who the hell is that? A nice long ball to the left winger. I can't see the name because my mic is placed right over there. Nice tackle by Kusanov. He gives it away. Another nice tackle by Autone. Oh, God. We're so open. They're so scoring. What a save by Suzuki. He breaks into the midfield, gives it to Saitmanesh, who controls it really well. He has to go back, yeah. Okay, so that's halftime, guys. I actually feel pretty confident playing in Legendary. I did not think... I mean, it's not easy, but it's also not, like, extremely hard that I can't manage the game. So yeah, we're in the second half now. No substitutions made. That's something, you don't see much in real life. Okay, we need to play like really smart here. We need to be really smart here. And do things like that. That is too hard. Oh, I should have made it to like my winger. Nice! Zidane Iqbal for the opener in the Champions League final against RB Salzburg. Wow, it has been a tough game. 56 minutes in, Zidane Iqbal scores the opener with a nice pass from Seojin Soo, our striker. And that is Zidane Iqbal's second goal in the Champions League. All right, Zidane Iqbal, the goal scorer. He moves in. He gives away the ball to the opposition. All right. Out. Oh, that's a bad tackle from Autone. Abada feels really good on the ball. I'm not gonna lie, he feels absolutely stunning on the ball. Oh, that is a pass. Crosses it in. Iqbal for the second goal. Zidane Iqbal does not disappoint. What a goal. What a cross. Wow. Let's go hug ourselves right here. All right. Oh, that turn completely took like 3 of my players out. Oh, wow. Okay. They got one back with Sucic. Okay. I knew that player was dangerous. That was pretty unique. Nice touch from Saitmanesh. Here goes Fujita. He's gonna bring it to Fukui, the player that literally does nothing in this game. And he gives it back to Gluck. Oh, what a turn! What a turn and what a goal from Seojin Soo. Dude, the Bobby Firmino celebration. My guy is the MVP. Is the player of the match for this final. 2 assists and 1 goal. But have a look at this turn. It was so clean. Nice from Seojin Soo, and we are back with a 2-goal advantage. Yeah, no chance you're getting away. Oh, that is dirty by Zidane Iqbal. And guys, that is the last touch of the match. It is official. Carlisle, from the worst team in EFL League 1, have won the Champions League thanks to 2 goals from Zidane Iqbal and also 1 goal from Seojin Soo. This is a nice feeling to win the Champions League, a competition for European clubs with a team full of Asian players. Now, having played this game, having played this match, one of my favorite players is obviously Saitmanesh. He feels so good on the ball. But anyways, there is our Champions League trophy. Joel Chima Fujita, the CDM from Japan, is gonna lift a Champions League trophy for Carlisle. And guys, that is the end of today's episode. Don't forget to like if you've made it this far. Thank you for watching the video, and I'll see you in the next episode.